Hello everyone, this is CowCapz, and today I'll be showing you how to make a potato farm in Minecraft Java Edition. The first step is to dig a 1-block hole and place some water in it, just like this. The next step is to place a composter right above the water with a light source block of your choice. In this case I'm using a frog light because it looks pretty cool. Now once you've done that, use your hoe to till or hoe the ground, whatever you call it, 4 blocks away just like this, and do it on all sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you can just fill in the corners just like this. And of course, in between as well. Once you finish, it should look like this so far. And once you tilt the land, you can place all your potatoes, or any crop of your choice really. This works with carrots, wheat, and beetroot, I believe. So whatever you choose, you can place all across this land. Now keep in mind, you cannot mix or match any of these. One farmer villager can only take care of one crop. So once you've planted all of your crops, now you create this sort of trench. It should look like this. Now what we're going to do is all the way at the end here, place 2 chests, and then place hoppers. For placing the first one, hold shift while facing towards the chest, and then right click. Now hold shift facing towards that hopper, and now hold shift facing towards that hopper. Now we accomplished this, we can place a rail right here with a minecart with hopper on top of it. Now make sure you don't move this hopper as we move into the next step, which is placing a glass jail cell to encapsulate all of the villagers. But of course, if you don't like the sound of that, we can just call it a glass viewing experience. We can call it that. So we'll start by placing 2 pieces of glass right around here and bring up 1 block just like this. Now we go up 2 blocks and build all around the tilled land. And once we make it all the way back, make sure we trap the other villager we'll be trapping soon. We're creating this sort of U shape right here. So now we have a big jail cell for the farmer and a small one for the one we're going to be using to get all of this potato. It'll all make a lot more sense once we actually get our slaves, But for now, I'd say that this portion is just about complete. So let's just move right on to the villagers. Now it's time for the hard part, the villagers. So first of all, you gotta make sure that you find 2 unemployed villagers. That's never had a job before, by the way. So you cannot take his job and then bring him to your farm, or the farm may not work right. So once you find 2 villagers, there are a couple of methods you could take to bring them to your farm. One being transportation by boat. This is great for short distances down a hill, like in my circumstance, or a body of water. So in case you want to sail them across, you can sail them by boat. That also leads to the second method, which is getting a minecart trail leading from the villager all the way to the farm. Now this is great for longer distances, however it's a bit more expensive. Here's a tip for those using the minecart method. To get your villager to mount a minecart, you're going to have to place the minecart on a turning rail. So not like a straight one, a turning one. I would also recommend trapping a villager in a box and wait for him to hop in. Maybe you have to punch him a little bit, who knows. Now keep in mind you can mix and match between the 2. For example, you may have to bring a villager through a body of water and then lead him by minecart once you hit land, or even vice versa. Don't be afraid to try both methods. So now that your 2 unemployed villagers are a bit closer to your farm, now all you have to do is hook up a minecart from them to their assigned locations with the farm. So one villager would have to go in the crop field, and another will have to go in that little box that we built for it. And now that we have both of our villagers where they need to be, make sure to break the minecarts. And once you do that, after you wait a little bit, you should have a fully functioning potato farm in Minecraft. Now that wasn't so hard, was it? But seriously, this is a pretty easy farm in my opinion. The hardest part, I have to say, is getting the villagers. Now, although your potato farm is practically complete, there is a little bit of extra information that you may need to know to make sure that nothing bad happens to these villagers. First thing is, in case this villager were ever to run across this minecart, the hopper, and just somehow passes the rail and goes into this field and basically messes everything up, you can place a trap door to ensure that doesn't happen. Another thing you could definitely add is a roof to this build. Nothing could accidentally drop in, nothing could affect the villagers. Let's say for some reason a zombie comes in or a spider climbs in. If you don't want that to happen, then you can go ahead and build yourself a roof. And of course, this roof does not have to be glass. It can be more dirt or grass blocks. In that case, you can build a whole nother potato farm right on top of this one. And in doing that, we can create a much faster potato farm. This can also be mirrored. So we can use this same kind of jail cell for this villager and use a whole nother big enclosure on this side. In that case, it's kind of mirrored. This villager can be used on both sides to fill up this chest here, which currently has nothing in it still because this villager has to get his inventory full of potatoes. Now, if you think you're done with the villager farm, like you don't want to add another floor or mirror it or anything, then you may want to add a lightning rod a few blocks up. In doing so, you can ensure that the villagers won't be struck by lightning and become witches and just ruin your build entirely. Now you have to go get villagers all over again, the same way I did earlier. Not necessarily a good idea. So if you want to know how to make other Minecraft farms, then click the playlist on my head right now, and I'll see you there.